go, hey, go, go, hey, go, go, hey, hey,
Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Wow. So fucked up. See? So y'all didn't hear anything that I had to say the whole fucking time. Yeah, you're missing one hell of a story. Yeah, I missed a call from my silent phone. Well, all right, so now we're here. Thanks for letting me know there's no audio. And like it takes a while for the comments to 6 minutes, no audio. Yeah, I know. I know. It's fucking pathetic. So anyway, all right. Well, let's do cheers, and then I'll try to remember everything that I said. Oh my god. All right. So here, cheers. And cheers. There's always some kind of technical difficulty. I don't fucking know. Anyway, so here, cheers, cheers. God damn it, I can't even talk. First smoke of the day. It's always hits different, don't it? Just when you get home or you get where you're at. And so anyway, everything that you missed with the fucking audio is off because I'm a fucking idiot. Pushed to the super duper last minute because of there was like some bad weather. The road was flooded out. All kinds of complications to try to get on tonight. And if you'll notice, Hitomi is not with us tonight and may not be on the show at all. There always seems to be some kind of issue right before the show starts as far as being on time, and as simple as it seems, and as like unrehearsed and just kind of doing, I don't know, it's not easy. It's not easy for me to do this, and it takes a lot of despite the simplicity and everything, it takes a lot of mental, it just takes a lot of energy to kind of get ready. And week after week, I'm pushed to the very, very last minute, just not in a good state of mind where I want to be like relaxed and in a good mood and already kind of in the zone before start the show instead of like 5 minutes or less before. And I would like to like try to sign on early, things like that. So we're gonna need to take the show in some slightly different directions, and a little more organization to it too, I guess. So those are all the things that I said when the mic was off, and today was less than an exception, and was literally getting things together as I was turning shit on, and wasn't ready with anything, and all of that. So that's what all I had to say. So now let's start the show. We're gonna do another Mad Libs, another Star Wars Mad Libs that hopefully will be funnier than last week. We always want it to be funnier or better than the week before. So I'm gonna make sure that I have my phone up and things that I need to might need to refer to. First, let's do a noun. Let's do a noun. Y'all throw out a noun, and then we'll go from there. So first thing to show you on the show this week. Actually, I need another one of these. Y'all don't mind, do you? You can do another cheers. So secondary, another cheers. And then what I said about my shoes was just that they were burgundy, and that they were that they're Adidas, but they don't look like Adidas, and they're super comfortable and some of my favorite shoes. So that's all. But I think I want to say I wore those last week or the week before or something. So, all right. So, second cheers. Skillet. I saw the comment skillet. Um, I hate this fucking program. Tech guy, I need somebody tech to do this fucking with this shit. Cause this app and everything technical means behind the show is insane. So we need an adjective. We need an adjective. I only got one noun. So DJ, I got skillet. There are other nouns. I was just gonna go ahead and fill some more in. Adjective. Adjective. So I need an adjective. And I will get on with the show to show you this. We got some new Mountain Dew. If you didn't see me post about it, the Mountain Dew Gold, this Baja Gold, is the pineapple Mountain Dew. I'm not really a fan. Hold on, let me go get some water right quick so I don't like crap out. All right, so sorry, I don't want to die. Not in the middle of the show, at least. All right, adjective, feisty. Oh, I don't want to write in red. Feisty. All right, so we have this Mountain Dew. Oh, the Mountain Dew. I'm not a big fan of Mountain Dew. Like it's okay. I don't hate Mountain Dew. I don't really drink it. But this is pineapple. I do like pineapple and pineapple flavored stuff and pineapple soda, and I would say that was it's good. You know, I like pineapple soda, and it's that it has enough pineapple flavor. This is the other one, the Mango Gym. So this is obviously mango. I'm not a fan of mango flavored stuff, mango soda, mango candy, things like that. It was all right. It was the same. I guess if you like mango, I would expect that you would like that as much as I like the pineapple one. So I wouldn't run out. I don't really drink soda though. I mean, if I did, if I like Mountain Dew, I figure I would just drink Mountain Dew. If I drank a lot of soda, then yeah, I guess I would go for this. With it being a limited thing and all, I would like it as a change of pace to pineapple soda. If I drank more pineapple soda or soda in general, it would be great. We also got these one-piece drinks. Admittedly, and I feel bad about it, that I don't know the characters. I'm not familiar with all the individual characters. The red one is yogurt. And I really want to try one of these, and I would totally pop one open on the show, to share with you, but we really don't have that many, and I don't want to take any from you guys, so I want to, and, I'll pay for it, but I don't want to take anything from the customers, so I'll wait till we get more in, just in case we don't. And this one's a mango, speaking of mango. So this character is the mango flavor. And we have, which one is this? Honey lemon. Okay, well, that's interesting for a soda. These, that's a very interesting. So yogurt, and then mango, and then honey lemon. So not only is that a weird flavor, but that's something strange to throw in with the fucking with the other ones. What is this one gonna be? It's blue. So the blue one, this one, guess what flavor this one is? You're wrong, because it's tropical. Yeah, why would the blue one tropical fruit flavor? So this is, I guess, just like a punch type flavor, but it's the blue one. I don't know. The orange and mango, that makes sense. Green and the red and yogurt. That was weird. That's an odd color to pick for yogurt flavor. And honey lemon. It's just an odd flavor to have for a soda in general, which they say that they're water. Um, but it's like soda to me, and it's not like flavored water, not like sparkling water at all. It's like straight up soda. Um, I haven't had those, but the Sailor Moon ones and the Dragon Ball ones are the same company and the same like product, just different flavor. And I really like the Dragon Ball ones better than like anything, like pretty much ever, like for real. I tried one in Vegas and it was like the best soda I had ever had, honestly. So, what's this? Triple double, smoking. Let's see, that's a verb. All right, well, there is a verb ending in G, so I'm going to put smoking. Jeremiah said smoking, so I'm just going to use that so that by the end of the show, we'll have this all filled in and I won't have to ask for no extra. Tropical watercolor. Yeah, blue. Um, see, okay. And Emily, the Bucky snack. Yeah, the Bucky snacks are good. They're all pretty good. The ones that we brought back were good. We only got stuff for the most part. We only got stuff that we tried. I do need another noun. Yogurt water or soda just sounds so off-putting. I oddly want to try it. I've had other yogurt or cream sodas, and they're pretty good. There's a there's a company, I can't remember, I can't pronounce it, and it's all of their sodas are like cream, or they have like ice cream, they're all cream things. Panties. See, panties. All right. Another noun, like singular, I guess. Another like singular noun. Next, I showed you those drinks. Um, I'm gonna pass on this prototype. Okay, I won't pass on this prototype. I'm gonna say something about this. The African black soap, like the shea butter black. I don't know, but it's African black soap, and it's like a thing. So this is a prototype for something that will be basically that, that will emulate that. I don't know. I don't make the fucking soap, but it's a company, and but I haven't tried it yet. And I am not personally so familiar with African black soap specifically, so I'm not sure how to compare this to what it's like the real deal, like what it's supposed to be. If anyone watching has particular experience in African black soap specifically, let me know. Tree. Tree fitty. So tree and biscuit. That's a good one. All right. All right. And then monkey says monkey. So I didn't know. I was wondering if like you were saying that as a noun or just so people would know that was you. All right. So fine. I'll put monkey down. Um, I need an adjective, another adjective. So, in addition to that soap and this one being a prototype, what we did just put out was our own soaps. It hasn't really got a label or anything right now. We're just getting it kind of like started, and don't really plan to have too many scents or whatever. Probably just 7. Get it? Um, this is the pine tar, and Jeremy Wiz at the store has a Squatch pine tar. Or no, he had some Squatch soap. I don't know which one, and he said that it wasn't his favorite. That it was okay, but then he tried the pine tar that we have, and he said that he liked it a lot. This one is the honeysuckle, and it smells just like the flower, and it has actual pieces of the flower in there. And then this one is amaretto, and it's got, I mean, I don't think it has, like, it might actually have almonds to be 100%. I don't know if those are like cherry pieces or almond pieces. I mean, I washed with it. I've been through like 2 bars of it, but yeah, it's the smell. It's like insane. The smell on that one is just crazy. And my only complaint, the only thing that I don't like about it is that I wish that it would just stay on me, that it would just stick to me. Mammoth, colossal, glorious. Mammoth is, you're meaning that as an adjective? Scruffy. Scruffy. I need an adverb. An adverb is ending in ly. So, adjective and ending with ly. Then we also got the Squatch. You know that we all carry the full line and all of the ones of Squatch and like the limited edition ones as well. And Coconut Castaway is one of my favorite smells. It's definitely like Monkey's favorite. It's, I don't guess you can read the fine print, but that's that. And then this one I have not used. This actually came in today. Literally today. Haven't used it yet, but it looks pretty cool. Let's see. Obviously, 4th of July themed. So, this is what it looks like. So, pretty cool. And no 2 bars are going to be alike. So, they're all going to look different. But that is an Interessante bar. What else do we have? Man, we got to do a giveaway. Smelly. We're almost done with this. There's only a few words left, so we'll wait and fill in the rest. These were good. We got these in the other day, and we tried all of them. These wrap snacks, Lil Baby, all in flavor. It's kind of like voodoo, but it has even more flavors, more profiles going on than the voodoo chips do. This one is really good too. I was actually really impressed with the texture of the chip and the flavor on all of these. Sweet chili lemon pepper. It's not spicy. It's just very complex. And Cardi B. I can't say that I'm a fan, but the chips are good. This is probably the most plain, and seeing how it's Cardi B, that's kind of weird. But those are the most like the least original type flavor. They're still really good, but the Rick Ross and the baby ones especially are very very interesting. They have a very unique flavor profiles. It's a lot going on in them chips. Um, Seeing if there was another word I could use for right now. Okay, so never mind. Um, I am gonna write babies though, because is babies are just funny. So I'm just gonna write down babies because there's a plural noun here and there's a little baby, and I don't know, just because babies. So shit, man. We didn't get a lot in this week, man. There's getting a lot of stuff going on otherwise, and man, there was not a whole lot to come in. So I do have a giveaway lined up. Again, with everything being so super beyond last minute, there's also the fact that not a lot of stuff has come in. Not a whole lot of things to talk to you about. I did want to bring up that post about the soap before I forgot. Thanks for reminding me. And I had a slideshow. Remember that thing, the weekend posts, as in the week in posts. I had that lined up. I don't know if it's gonna work or not. But let's see. Yeah, so there, because I just showed you that, and I showed you that. We already talked about these things. It's going to show you some other stuff. And meanwhile, I'm going to, because we got a bunch of stickers in and a bunch of new hat pins. And the hat pins, a lot of the new ones we got in are like really cool. They're either huge or just really neat. That's from Loki. I don't know. I hope you recognize what all the things. Ho, don't do it. That was one of my favorite Ouija board ones. I'll go to this post where I asked about some soap the other day. Oh, you can't see me if I go behind the thing. Yeah, so here, that's blacklight reactive. It doesn't look like it, but it is, man. That shit like lights up. What else we got? That's, well, I mean, it goes too fast. It just goes by too quick for me to like narrate which each one is. So I just hope you know what they are. Geez, how many are there though? It seems like it's been going. It can't be going on that long because it's a TikTok video. So it's got to be somewhere within a minute. Oh, there we go. I knew it was close. All right, so the other day I made a post and asked about, okay, what, do another shot? It's close enough. It's close enough, right? Jeff, what's up? People coming in, people going out. So yeah, Jeff, some cheers. Mid-show cheers, and then we'll get to a good part. Oh, jeez. All right, so, hi, I'm Jack. I have a problem. I'm addicted to soap. Free sample at the end. Maybe. So I talk about the soap that I just talked about a minute ago and the fact that we were having 3 of our own kind of soaps coming out. And I said, by commenting and answer below, you get a chance to get a free sample of the Personal Reserve arriving sometime this week. I'm actually surprised that they came in time. So I asked at the end, how many bars of soap do you think I currently have stocked, and how many do I have in the shower already, like current queue? So, Jamie It says that I have 30 in the shower, or 30 in the back stock and 7 in the shower. And then she has 10 and 4. That's impressive. And so I said in the comment, that's an impressive number. It is. Nadia Marie says 20 stocked and 10 in the shower. Brad says 16 and 6. Sarah Bryce says 25 and 4. Mary Brazil says 30 and 10. Virginia Henson says 11 and 9. Cool. Lindsay Dillard says about 50 in stock and 3 in the shower. The answer is, and I'm gonna go back and look. I guess I'm just gonna see who was closest on the in stock and who was closest on the back stock. NQ and back stock. So anyway, it was 48. There's 48, not including what came the other day. So at the time when I made this post, it was 48 bars of soap in a drawer, and 10 in the shower. But 2 of them were like little slivers. 2 of them's like little pieces. But there's 8. There were 8 in the shower, plus, and they're all worn down. There's like maybe 1 or 2 like just in use bars. The rest of them are pretty worn down. And this other thing I started doing, because I'll like wash 2 or 3 times, and a lot of times just to like test the soap. But I'll take like 2 half bars or like smaller bars and make them go together. And then like I got a flip-flop kind of thing, especially if I really like the smell of one and the feel of another. So I don't know, maybe something to try at home too. Like, to just kind of like combo it up a little bit. So 42 soaps. Was that a guess or is that your number? I can almost picture you have a fancy shelf. Nope. It's like it's a Tupperware like plastic stackable drawer. It's like 2 of those kind of like long ones, and it's not fancy or nothing. It's literally a plastic bin, a little plastic tub. So I do need another adjective. We have these peach paradise gummies. They are THCO. We do not carry THCO products. It's a synthetic. Now, I do believe that this is, I won't say safe. I don't know if safe is a good word, as safe as it is to ride a motorcycle without a helmet or jump out of a plane with a parachute. Things can happen. So I don't know if it's safe. But I do believe fully that it's okay for you to have these. It's okay for you to eat them, for you to have some. We don't sell them because we don't sell synthetics. We do sell this company. We sell this brand. If you like this product, if you want to try one, if you like this, then you will, no doubt like their other products. And we like for our slogan, hands down, no synthetics. So we just don't carry anything that's not like natural, or natural as it can be, but like no synthetic ingestible kind of stuff. So we don't want to do that, and we wouldn't do you like that. And a company did send it, because we do business with them, and they wanted us to try it out. They wanted you to try it out, and we said, okay, well, we'll sample it out. We're not going to carry the product. We'll carry all of your other products, but we won't carry these. So if you want some of these, you don't have to comment. You don't have to do anything. Just come in and say, hey, I want some of the Peach Paradise THCO gummies that you showed on the show. And we have enough. It's not even that many of you watching. So just come in, and whoever's working, just let them know that you were watching, and you can come in and just get a bag of them. Let's see how they come. A bag, like a full bag. So it's enough for you and the friends to try. 10. It's 300 milligrams, 30 milligrams each per gummy on those. What else do we have? Really not much. I'm going to do the Mad Libs, and, you know, there's the shit talking thing. There's actually a few things I had written down, but it's only 10:35. What the fuck? What kind of time warp is this? It's only 10:35. I thought I was doing something for 15 minutes ago. What the shit? Okay, so only 7 minutes have passed since I last thought I was, wow. Okay, so, all right then. Last name of person in room. Well, Cornell just walked in, so I'm gonna type in Rough because I already know Cornell's last name, and he just walked in the room. So Rough. I need another adjective. Did somebody say an adjective earlier? No. Did I get it? I didn't get another adjective earlier. I need another adjective. And I guess I'll take another cheers while we're at it. And a verb. I need a verb and an adjective. And I'm going to redo the thing. Oh, sorry. I don't mean to be over here. Technical difficulties don't stop with technical equipment, you know what I'm saying? Wow. I would show you something, but frankly, I'm a little embarrassed. It's fucking, there's a screen. There's a little screen in this thing, and it's dirty, man. It looked like a fuzzy tick, like a spider with no legs. All right, so while I wait on some words here, get the little hemp wig. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? And this is the second to last one for the show. Second to last. I guess we'll end early. As I have been using this piece, speaking of it being dirty, for like weeks now, I will stand behind it. I will say that if you got, it is expensive, but they're like 80. I think it's 80, and there's like a smaller version, 60 or 70. Yeah. It's a highly functional pipe. It is a really nice piece. I will say that if you're looking for something compact that's gonna work as hard as big fancy, expensive, over $100. Yeah, it's better than a bubbler, smaller than a big water piece. There's got to be some additional science to that design. So, what tense? What tense is the verb? Or it doesn't say. It just says verb. Pounce. Is cheers a verb? I don't know. And then there was another adjective. Dirty. We need to, let's look, this is the last, we only need one more word to finish. So just the last adjective's got to be a banger. So the most descriptive word you can think of, and the thing will be done. So before we do that, before we finish the Mad Libs, I'll just throw in my one little talking shit part because I had a couple of them. Definitely gotta take a sip on that. Um, if I'm talking about you, I'm sorry, but you need to hear this. If I'm talking about you, you like need to know. And if I'm not talking about you, then this is this is some shit, and it makes sense to me. Syrup. I gotta be able to pronounce the fucking word, so that is a good one. Moist. Didn't you say that word before? Somebody said moist before, but just because it's uncomfortable, I'll go with it. Now our Mad Libs is complete. But if I'm talking about you on this, um, it's just all right. So people come in on a regular basis, regularly, and say, I want a pen, or I want a vape, or I want a disposable. And that's a lot of different. That means a lot of different things, and I understand as a customer it can be confusing, and which nouns to use for what device, and they're all like, what do you properly call this thing or that thing? So I get that, but what I don't understand is when we ask someone 5 and 6 times, well, what is it that you're buying? Is it nicotine? Well, it's a vape. Well, yeah, but what kind of vape? Is it for nicotine? Is it a cartridge? Is it a disposable? Yeah, it's a CBD D8. What? It's the THC kind. Where did you get it? In California? No, I bought it down the street, the gas station. Okay, well it wasn't halved. It wasn't, it was Delta 9. No, it wasn't. So it wasn't CBD. Yeah, it was CBD. Are you sure? Because CBD and D8's that's two different things. So which one what could you refill it? No. Like so it's always a different set of answers to these questions, but my point is to get to the point is that vapes in any kind of shape, form, or fashion are not like what I would say cheap. $10 to me is something. Anything over $10 is something. So 20, 30, $50, because that's what these things cost, between 20, $50. And you've apparently bought this thing 2 or 3 times, and you say you have it, and you've had one, and you've bought it more than once. So if I spend over $10 on something and I put it inside my body, I want to know what it is. What it's called. Like, what the fuck is it? I spend more than $10 on a drink or something like that. I know what's in it. I don't like how they make it, where it comes from, all of that. I don't know, but I know what's in it. I know it's what the fuck I'm putting in my mouth. The hamburger. I don't know where the fucking cow comes from or what factory and all, but it's made of meat. It's beef. It's called a fucking burger. Like, you know. So how do you not know? How do people come in the store all the time to spend 20 to $50 on something that they've already spent however much money on and don't know what the fuck it's called or don't know what it is? And so anyway, 4,000 puffs. Well, that's all nicotine. First of all, D8, CBD. Well, those are two different things. So yeah, there was other notes I made, but at this point, I don't remember what the fuck I was talking about because I just make notes. I don't have time to like really write shit down. So that was one point though in particular was how could you spend so much and want something and just have no fucking idea what it is. What is the Impossible Burger made of? Yeah, I don't know, and I wouldn't order one because I don't know I don't know, and I want meat. When I order a burger, to the best of my ability, it's red meat that came from a cow and it's not overcooked. Those are the things. So if I walk into a store, I want something that has nicotine in it at this level, and it's a disposable or it's something that I can refill. That is as much as I would expect someone to know that spent more than $10 on something previously in another place, is to at least know the name of the thing that they're buying beyond it being a vape. And what it does it come apart? I mean, you bought the fucking thing. You already went through it, I guess. Like, did it, was it in two parts? Was it in one piece? Did you feel it? Did it come, like... And a lady came in the other day, and then I'm done. A lady came in the other day and says, I want a vape that has no nicotine. And we have something just for that. And it has melatonin in it. But I don't do shit. You would have to chief the fuck out of that thing for it to have any effect whatsoever. And if you are up and about your business, it's not going to do shit to you. And of course, I tried one. I don't even vape. I don't use disposables or any kind of thing like that. Juices. I don't do that. But I opened one and I tried it because it's zero nicotine, and I puffed on the shit at work, for a while, and it didn't do shit. So I stand behind that, and if anyone comes into the store and wants something with no nicotine, that's what they buy. That's what you want, and it tastes kind of like a hookah. A lot of customers that don't want nicotine say they want a hookah pen, or they want a portable hookah device, throwaway disposable hookah, whatever. And so that's what that is, and it's what it tastes like. So anyway, she says, do you want, I don't want any nicotine. And I said, well, this is what we have, and there's melatonin on the label. Oh, I don't want any of that. And I was like, what? Ma'am, it doesn't do anything. I'm here to tell you, I promise you, like, it doesn't do anything. Yeah, but I don't want none of that. I don't want nothing extra. And I was like, well, here's a surprise. You already have melatonin inside your body right now. Your brain makes it already. It's not a funny thing. It's not a chemical or a weird thing that's gonna do something to you. It ain't. It's called melatonin, and it's a natural byproduct of your physiology. She wasn't trying to hear it, and then I says, you already have some. No, that ain't what I had. Again, my notes. I don't fucking know. So okay. Well, it's all we have. I'm telling her it doesn't want to do anything, and then I'm telling her that it doesn't make you sleepy. That you'd have to really abuse it to shit for it to do that. And then so just stares at the wall of disposables as if one of them is gonna just magically not be nicotine. Like, I don't know what the fuck all of this is. I'm like, well, we don't, this is it. It's your only option. And she does this. And I'm sitting there, and this is verbatim. Like, she really does this. And adjusts and looks over here, and I'm like, I'm telling you, there is nothing else. And anyway, so there's my little rant. So if you go into a place, like, don't do shit like that, man. Just don't. And I'm sure no one would do that. And if you spend more than $20 on something to put in your body, then, like, know what it's called. Those are the lessons for the week. And I guess then we'll read our. I know I'm forgetting something. I know. I need a pen flow chart with pictures they can point to. Well, that's what we're there for. You just point at us. So, but you got a flow chart would probably just make it worse. Pictures are always good though. Haha, that's a great idea. Yeah, I mean, you're not far off. Like, a flow chart might, maybe. Does it come apart? Yes, no. Nicotine? Yes, no. Yeah, you might be right. I need a pen flow chart. That might be something we could actually, like, print and, like, sell to other smoke shops. So, the Mad Libs, as brought to you by the viewers of Smoke Dog. Trying to not have my voice crack too much. I know I'm forgetting something. Besides doing the soap thing, I remembered to do the soap thing. We looked at the slideshow. We gave away. We got the gummy things to give away. Like, yeah, I think we did. I think we did everything. All right, so The Power of the Dark Side by Emperor Palpatine. I wish I could do a Palpatine impersonation. So I don't think I can. But as Skillet Sidious, Sith Lord and feisty leader of the Galactic Empire, I know firsthand how powerful the dark side of the Force is. If you become a Sith, the tree who uses the dark side of the Force, you'll have all the powers of the Jedi and more. Like, there's actually not enough words in this one. So anyway, unlike the Jedi, who only work with the light side of the Force, the Sith can use the dark side to stop the panties he or she loves from smoking. Let me back that up because I'm illiterate. Unlike the Jedi, who only work with the light side of the Force, the Sith can use the dark side to stop the panties he or she loves from smoking. Yeah, I hate when my panties smoke. That sucks. The Jedi would never try such a glorious thing. It's obvious to anyone who has studied the dark side that it is more powerful than the Jedi could smelly imagine. The Jedi might tell you that the dark side is quicker, easier, and more scruffy. I admit that may be true, but those who join the dark side will know the moist power behind their wildest babies. Okay. I admit that may be true, but those who join the dark side will know moist power behind their wildest babies. Like me and my biscuit, Darth Ruff. Those who practice the dark side of the Force are destined to rule the monkey. Join us or pounce. Join us or bounce. Hey, bounce would have been a good one. I'm going to reread it with bounce. I'm going to back it up to I admit that may be true, but those who join the dark side will know moist power behind their wildest babies. Like me and my biscuit, Darth Ruff. Those who practice the dark side of the Force are destined to rule the monkey. Join us or bounce. Yay. Yay. And oh yeah, the last thing I was going to say and then I wasn't, but now I'm just going to throw it in there because it ain't even 11 o'clock yet and we're done early. It's called shisha. I'm probably no one here is guilty of this, but when you come in the store, people that come in the store, anyone that's not watching it, like I just got to get it off my chest. It's shisha. It's like a girl, a female, a woman with she, a pronoun, she. SHÄ, like SHÄ. So shisha, that's what it's called. That's the only fucking thing it's called. Shisha or hookah tobacco. It might have some other slang terms, and I'm sure in a different language, in its native tongue, it's called something else. Might be called shisha, I don't know. But it's shisha or hookah tobacco. It ain't shisha. It's not, I need some shisha. It's not shisha. It's not shisha. It ain't flavors. It's tobacco. Hookah to flavored tobacco, that's acceptable. Hookah tobacco or shisha. It's not called anything else. Literally. It's not. shisha. She. Sure. And on that note, I guess we Formula 451 hat. So if anyone wants this hat, it's a trucker's hat. It's just a regular old hat, trucker's hat. It's very lightweight, perfect for yard work, perfect for just having a free hat. It says Formula 5150 and it has a leaf. Look at there. We can at least read on the same level. So there. If you want that hat, it's a number between 1 and 10. A number between 1 and 10. Only comment one number. I think everyone watching right now knows the rules. So a number between 1 and 10, and then we can end the show and at least someone gets a hat. And you just come in and say, hey, I want some of those gummies because I was watching the show. And while supplies last, but I'm not worried about that because there's more packages than there were people watching it the first time I mentioned that, or even right now. So, dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. Ain't got no theme song, ain't got no band, ain't no way to play music. Give me a hand because no one. I thought I was going to sing a song, but nay, I was cut short by Noah, who got the correct answer, which was 9, and got the hat. So, well, that's the end of the show, everyone. That's that. Pretty simple last minute crash course show tonight. I'm sorry for anyone that actually watched. No, I'm glad you joined. Thanks. I really appreciate it. It's a lot of fun hanging out, for sure. But now that the show is over, for anyone that wants to continue to watch, let's talk about Obi-Wan. If anyone that has my actual number, I don't have a way to post my number right now. Live on the thing, 238-3878, 803-238-3878. My phone is about to die, but I would like to talk about Obi-Wan, and see. I'd like to talk about Obi-Wan, and if you want to call to talk about Obi-Wan, I want to hear your thought. Whoever can call in first. Brad, if you're watching, I'd really like to see what you have to say. And I would plug my phone in, but I'm sure it'll last long enough just for us to have a brief conversation about Obi-Wan Kenobi. Like I did, sir. Oh, what, Cornell, you had a good time? I hope so. I hope everyone had a good time. I don't know if I'm going to be able to go home. There's a fire truck and a tree down. Tommy said that a tree had fallen across the road in front of the church by our house, and so you had to do some kind of like bypass to go around that. And then there was a fire truck because the road was flooded out between here and in the house, like just down the street. Before the show ends, can we take a moment to say happy early birthday, Wiz? Oh, yeah. Good call. Because, yeah, that's Saturday. Wiz's birthday is Saturday, y'all. So that was nice of you. I got the prizes number, apparently. I don't know what you're talking about, Brad. Why don't you call my phone? You should call my phone, Brad. And I don't even know what you're talking about, but I want to talk to you about Obi-Wan. Hurry up, I want to go home. Everyone else probably does too. If anyone wants to comment about Obi-Wan, for sure. If anyone wants to like post what they thought about Obi-Wan and their opinions on it and stuff, you are more than welcome to see what you said. I don't want to say anything because I don't want. I want to see what someone else will have to say first. Mint Bud. Oh, Buff. So yeah. Cheers, Buff. Da-da-ba-ba-da. Cheers, Buff. Well, it's 11 o'clock. We ended the show early and on time. Ish. I just want to talk about Obi-Wan. Brad, why would you call my phone? Well, someone has an opinion about it, about Obi-Wan. Oh, maybe he's busy. I have the Force Saber note somehow. Say your number. Oh, sorry. Well, geez. 238-3878. 238-3878. So now we gotta wait like 30 more seconds. No, it won't be that long. Because we're just on Messenger. You could have called me through Facebook, I guess. But yeah, the phone is better. And then but if you don't care about Obi-Wan and I'm gonna just stop saying it dumb because it's not funny to repeat stuff. If you don't care about that, then I guess you can stop watching. But if you want to comment your opinion, you're welcome to be part of the conversation. And thanks a lot for watching. Those that are not interested in Star Wars or being a nerd or cool or anything. So Obi-Wan was good. I liked it. I did like it. Let's see. Hello?
Hey,
Okay, yeah, I got you working now.
weird delay.
All right, yeah, I know. So, what'd you think of it?
I thought it was really good, and I was surprised when it ended. Because I was like, oh, that was the last episode.
Yeah, well, you already know how many episodes it was gonna be?
Yeah, I knew, but for some reason when I was on the last one, I thought there was still another one.
Oh, yeah, it does seem like they could have stretched it out a little further.
But I'm glad it didn't milk it too much.
Yeah. Well, what was your opinion of the show in general, besides it being not long enough, maybe?
I thought it was pretty good. I thought I did a good job of fleshing out some backstory without rewriting the stuff that had already come before. It still gave room for the most part for everything that does happen to happen, but just adding a little bit more gravitas to it.
Hey, can y'all hear? Let me know if y'all can hear Brad. Okay, I think he should. I think he's coming in clearly enough. What about your idea on Leia not already knowing Kenobi?
Alright, so it gave a little bit more weight to the "Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope," but it felt lacking, because you would think that she would have had some type of "oh, it's nice to see you again" in the movies.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of double-edged sword to me.
Well, I would like to say that because Brittany's watching, and I don't know. I guess John is. I don't know, but I talked to someone who had never seen or not really into Star Wars. I convinced them to give it a try, to at least watch the original 3, and I think they didn't think it was terrible. So that's good.
And I think Carrie Fisher would have been proud of that little girl who played her too, though.
I found, yeah, she was kind of annoying, but a lot of times I find kids to be annoying in shows in general. she did take a lot of focus in the beginning and then just fell back hard towards the end of the show, which made sense because Vader needed to become, more of the focus, obviously, and stuff. Um, but I always felt like she didn't know Obi-Wan Kenobi or wasn't, familiar with him like that. So it was kind of weird to me. Like, yeah, it would have been more of a, hey, I remember you kind of thing, but I don't know. They were a little more involved than I thought they were going to be also. So if they would have had less interaction, I could have believed that, hey, she's 10, a lot of stuff's happened to her since then, maybe even more serious things, I'm sure. So she would have forgotten, because I mean, shit, I don't remember, who the fuck I was doing, met at 10 and what I was doing. So
Hmm.
that could be a good explanation, but then I feel like they had too much interaction after that. Um,
I'm glad they didn't actually shoehorn more cameos and other characters in just for like fan service, because I feel like that would have took away. Like Mandalorian and Boba Fett are good, but sometimes it just feels like, oh, we're showing this character to maybe spin off another one. And I don't feel like Obi did that too much, which I give to their credit.
hey, I don't mean to interrupt you, but a quick announcement is that Claudia, my friend from Mexico, one of my best friends forever, lifelong, it just happened to so tune in. So I got to pour another shot for Claudia because she just so happens to be watching right now. So where were we on? Where were we on Obi-Wan?
I was saying I like that they didn't get gratuitous with the fan service
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
like shoehorning potential spin-offs.
Oh, oh wow. So it's rough at room temperature, but cheers, Claudia. Cheers, cheers. Well, I did feel like I wanted like I did want because I really liked Mandalorian, and I really like a lot of the callbacks and nods in Mandalorian, and you don't have to make like full cameos. You can just do um, some references and stuff like that, some walk bys, if you will, things like that. But I did want someone to pop off at the end. I wanted like Obi Wan to be in a losing situation and like Yoda pop up, or even like Qui Gon to like show up and do something. That would have been corny, but it would have been satisfying but stupid.
Well,
But
he did
like
have that cameo at the end, at least.
sorta. But but it was like it was just like a little throw in thing at the end, and I mean it was cool, but like it didn't do anything. But it was also a representation of Obi Wan, giving having closure on Anakin, and so that's what it was really about: is that he didn't kill Anakin. He accepted the fact that Darth Vader killed Anakin, and he wasn't gonna kill Darth Vader because that's not the Jedi way. And he definitely wasn't gonna kill Anakin, but I think he felt better knowing that he wasn't fighting, that he didn't hurt Anakin. He hurt Darth Vader, and he was more comfortable walking away from that, and that is why Qui Gon revealed himself. I was here the whole time, but you were clouded until until Anakin gave you that closure that you didn't, and then that to me that gave weight to the Obi-Wan when he tells Luke, Darth Vader killed your father, because he literally said that to me. So that was kind of cool. That's what struck a chord with me, is when he said that. But what about the third sister? Because that's what I really didn't like.
Well, I kind of liked how it tied into that, but then it just felt like okay, she couldn't bring herself to do it, and then what? Like, what happened to her then? Like,
Right. She was unresolved. And what I felt pointless because she had that through the wall conversation with Obi-Wan that didn't reveal any secrets or any twist other than she was one of the younglings. But I kind of like thought that with the show, that was the opening scene of the show. So I kind of like figured that. But I didn't like her from at all. I never liked her, and not her. I want to be very clear about that. Nothing to do with the actress at all. I just felt that she was so human, that she was so unmakeup, unmade, undesigned, no cool hat, no nothing, that she stuck out, too plain. No cool accent, nothing. So she was just regular. But I talked about that, on a previous show. But then also the fact that she had a very earth, meticulous hairstyle that takes hours to do and has to be maintained. And, I just don't see an inquisitor going to the salon, much less on a regular basis or for like lengthy hours to have this touched up. So I thought that added only more to her basicness as far as being like a regular, just plain old walk around human. On the same level, it bothered me on the last episode where a dude was like in the village and he had like a thick country accent. Well, ain't no Jedi around here. I don't know what he said. I don't remember what the line of dialogue was, but do you know what I'm talking about?
yeah.
So like shit like that, I'm like, don't do that. Cause where the fuck does that come from? And it takes away from the Star Warsness of it. It takes it out of the universe. And I don't like human things. I don't give a fuck what color you are. I would rather you not be white or black or anything. I'd rather you have a mask or prosthetics or just be whatever Star Wars wants you to be. But just, a unique individual. And I didn't believe her as a unique individual. She was more of a cardboard cutout of a character. Again, not her fault. And very plain. But she revealed there was no like point of her reveal or twist. There was no like anything about her arc other than it being what's the word? Predictable. And then at the end she says, "Well, am I like him? Have I become him?" Well, bitch, I guess not, because you didn't kill him. You chased him down a ravine, force pushed him off, he bumped his head, and then you felt bad and brought him back. Like, that to me is not like a redeeming arc. That's something that happens in 15 minutes and you having a guilty conscience and feeling bad about having a guilty conscience. Like,
That kind of makes, to me, though, Vader mirror her at the end of the original movies, how he, like, has the change of heart just looking at Luke prone. So, in a way, he is like her.
sorta, and I kind of got that analogy too, but that was like a very extreme circumstance of watching someone who's tortured you for 3 decades, electrocute your son, who you actually just want the best for him, regardless of good or evil, you're just doing what you think is right. And that is outside of whatever the emperor believes as well. So, I mean, yeah, I get it, but it's a different. I just wanted her to do something. And you mean to tell me you got all these force powers and you can do all this, that, and the third, and even with your wound, just old regular Beru and Owen in a standoff. And Owen wasn't ready for shit. Beru seemed to have some kind of an idea with a fucking dust collector stuck in the wall. And Owen just had no idea, didn't want to do nothing. And, so they were able to fend off her. Just, so I don't know. And those are just bullshit ass me being picky kind of things, I guess. But I just wanted her to be more. I wanted her to like really fucking level up on some shit. And I just, she didn't do nothing. And at no point was it like a big twist or a big like, something I really felt. And somehow or another way, I wish they could have pushed that earlier into the show so that we could have had the fight, because that, the fight was great and that was an epic thing, but it was in the middle of the fucking show. So for the second half of the show, he's just saying goodbye to everybody. And so it kind of ended on a down note. And if Yoda, back to that, I was hoping that either Obi-Wan would be in a compromised position and Yoda or someone else would have to pop up, other than a voice to, to like help him out. Or he would have, something would have happened to Vader. He would have fell off a platform or something. I don't know. And Darth Maul would have popped up or some other, that would have been super cool. And because of Luke showing up out of nowhere in The Mandalorian and the Rancor at the end of Boba Fett, I guess, if you want to throw that in there, and fucking The Mandalorian showing up in Boba Fett, I thought they were going to go somewhere. With that, I thought that on the final episode, they were really going to throw a real curveball in there. And they didn't. They just gave a Lord of the Rings ending with like four endings.
Yeah. It just did keep going. It's like, is this the end? No, this is the end. Is this the end? No, this is the end.
Right. And then apparently...
all for the hello there joke.
Right. And then Qui-Gon says, we have a ways to go. Well, goddamn, how much further is it to nowhere? So, like,
yeah,
and
you're basically supposed to be his backyard neighbor, more or less.
Another scene that I would really have liked to see was him putting a lightsaber in a shoebox. Because your father wanted you to have this, or I had this for you, as he gives it to Luke. So that would have been really cool to see the end scene be Obi-Wan putting that lightsaber in the fucking, in the box that he would later give to Luke. It was nice how they threw the toy in there, though. So.
And I thought the Inquisitors themselves were kind of a wasted opportunity, because, like, you got this hint of all this, like, almost political stuff within the politics and, like, the cutthroat of them all vying for the position. And it's like, where did these guys come from, and, like, who are they? Like, why is this position so important, and, like, why are these villains supposed to be so menacing, other than, okay, yeah, they hunt Jedi, but, like, what was going on with all that? Like, that just kind of seemed like it was going somewhere, and they just didn't go anywhere with it.
Yeah, there was a lot of hype over them in the beginning, first couple episodes, and then they just kind of dissipated. So, and I really liked the Asian dude, too, because he had the cool voice and a neat hat, and that made me want tacos. So, I really like that dude was really cool. And the other female, the one that they brought in to replace old girl, was much more interesting, and she had like cool Cenobite shit going on. That's what I felt like. They were Jedi Cenobites. And I would like to have seen more of them, even if they just threw them into some random action scene towards the end. Again, they could have, even though Darth Vader said he wanted to do it alone, the Inquisitors pop up. Dun, dun, dun. What are we going to do now? And then here comes Yoda. I am here for you, whatever, come in need, I have, so that would have been neat. The other thing that bothered me, lastly, that stuck out, was how comfortable he was leaving Leia with the scam artist. Because he's like, I already know you're full of shit, and you keep saying you're full of shit. And and yeah, I'm just gonna trust you with her. So that I just thought that was kind of funny, even though he had redeemed himself. Still, that's an awfully large responsibility for you to just be like, yeah, well, if you don't do a good job, it's okay. I still trust you. Just so I thought that was kind of weird too. Other than
I
that,
thought the concept of fake Jedi was very interesting, though.
yeah,
It's like, that's kind of fun.
yeah, that was funny as shit when he got caught, and he had like the little Scooby Doo shit rigged up around the room. So like, yeah, that was dope. Yeah, and the idea that people, because that was also that's very realistic, because if that was a real thing, then people would totally try to like milk that or take advantage of people. I'm a Jedi. I have, so that was really, really cool. And I like that they threw that in there. That was something that, and maybe that's why it stuck out a little more because that was one of my more favorite highlights, especially from the humor point of view from the show. But he was so just willing and ready to be like, well, that's all right. I'll leave her with you. And he's like, no, don't, please. No, you'll be all right. Like, no, I'm telling you, I'm not capable and I can't be responsible for a child. But okay, well, I trust you. So that was just weird.
Yeah, he struck me as basically the Jedi equivalent of like fake psychics,
Yeah.
with like the rigged up crystal balls and the shaking
Yeah,
table
yeah.
and all that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he was funny too. Like he played the part well. So I did enjoy that character for sure. Um, what was there anything else that you didn't like about it in closing?
No, but I did like the during the peak fight how you saw the helmet that they used for the sequels is the one now that Obi-Wan caused in his show with the lightsaber slash in the Vader helmet that Kylo talks to.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think about that. I didn't think about that at all. Really, I did think, and Jeremy said something too. What we both thought that possibly, in Return of the Jedi, he takes his helmet off and he's got the like fucked up shit on his head. So we were thinking like that's where that could be where that came from as well. Like because he didn't get hit in the head like that. And originally his head looked okay when he was in the back to tank and shit. So if he got whacked in the head, that could have been a scar from that. So I thought that was cool too. So you saw the Kylo Ren thing, and I was thinking about Return of the Jedi, and that's what Jeremy said too, because in the original movie, when he takes his helmet off, he does have that mark there. He does have his whole shit's fucked up. So, well, all in all, pretty good.
Yeah, it was decent. It wasn't groundbreaking, but it wasn't a waste of time.
Yeah, I agree. That's a very good synopsis. It was not a waste of time. It was good. I enjoyed it. It wasn't anything over the top. Um, and this Mandalorian's is hard to top. That was just the Mandalorian was just so good on so many levels that they really set the bar with that one. So
Even though it's really just space western with the side quests, they do a good job of it.
yeah, and I mean, and it had a very good storyline throughout, and I really felt I can say that easily. I did like Obi-Wan more than Boba Fett. I'm more of a Boba Fett fan, but I liked Obi-Wan, and I'm not I would say Obi-Wan fan, and I am an Empire fan. So um, I would say that Obi-Wan was a better show. It was better paced. It was more coherent. It made more sense overall. So like, they were entertaining. None of the shows are bad, but Mandalorian gave me the most emotional impact, and I give that show a lot of credit for making me feel a lot for a character that doesn't have a face. So
Mm-hmm.
this dude wears a mask with no expressions through 90% of the show, and I really empathize, with the code and the way, and like when he basically got fired for taking his helmet off because at least he was honest enough to tell the truth about it. You know, there were so many things, and then when he did take his helmet off, I was like, oh no, oh my God, like I felt that. And so there were and then, like, when the biker scout, whacked the saddlebag with Baby Yoda, like, so, because I refuse to say Grogu, fuck that noise. So, there were so many moments in Mandalorian that I can immediately think of, plus so many more if I thought about it so from so long ago that I cannot say that at no point either one of those shows, much less Obi-Wan, at no point did I really feel deep in my gut anything, like I was never too tense. I was never too worried. And I guess most of the main characters, nothing's going to happen to any of them, which is why I guess maybe I wish they would have done more with the third sister because she was the wild card. We all know that no one was going to die. None of the main people, we all knew they were going to be okay. So I would really have liked for them to raise the stakes around them. And I guess that's why I felt let down, and I did not come to that conclusion until just now after talking about it with you. Because there
It's
was no,
like psychologically unraveling.
yeah, because there was no stakes. And the stakes never paid off for the third sister. Like, so nothing, like you said, there was no resolve for her. There was no real end conclusion for her in any kind of way. Going forward, because they could have said, well, will you please train me, Obi-Wan? And then he would have said, yeah, let me handle some stuff or let me get back to you. But ultimately, yes. Something like that. That would have been neat, a little more closure. But yeah, I guess so. At the bottom line, that's what really bothered me, and I didn't realize it, was there just wasn't stakes, and it didn't hit me emotionally like it did Mandalorian. So because of the Mandalorian, there was a lot of stakes involved, and you really didn't know what was going to happen from one thing to the next.
Or
Um,
even like Rogue One, where at the end you realize, oh, wow, okay, so this makes sense why we haven't heard of any of those characters in the sequels or the prequels.
Well, I went into Rogue One with the exact same mentality as I did Titanic. I knew everybody was gonna die. When I hadn't read any spoilers, I hadn't heard anything. I just went into Rogue One with the expectation of everyone who was actually doing something was not gonna make it out, because my only understanding of Rogue One watching it was just the story of the people that got the plans, and we all know that none of them made it. And because there was no reoccurring characters. I don't know any of these people, so I kind of felt that. And of course, Rogue One, outside of Mandalorian and the new shows, I feel is the best thing to come out of Star Wars. I am not a fan of the prequels or the sequels, and Solo was just so. Um, but Rogue One was good. Rogue One was good as a standalone movie, just on its own. And of course, with the ending of Rogue One was, that really sealed the deal. So
And I'm glad we got to see a little bit more of like Vader
Darth Vader,
flexing
yeah,
in Obi.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, the fight with the third sister Reva. I don't want to
Reva.
Reva. Um, the fight with her was just, to me, it was just as entertaining as Obi-Wan. I mean, of course, without all the extra force stuff, but the shit with the lightsaber and how he was just like fucking with her and then fucking with her some more, like that was, I really enjoyed the the fight between her and Vader, and with the fight with Obi-Wan, I made a joke during the show that ultimately they just ended up throwing rocks at each other. So that's what it boiled down to. But that was cool.
Two kids working out their aggression on the playground.
Yeah, and then he made the Invisible Girl force bubble, which I don't, man, I don't want to rehash all of our fucking complaints, but um, Vader would have known. He didn't know. He knew. Well, why would he not know that he wasn't dead? How could he possibly walk away thinking that Obi-Wan wasn't just, still alive and holding the rocks up, So that kind of bothered me too. And the fact that it was kind of out of character because, he should have just killed Reva off deck, And he would have also known that she wasn't dead too. He could have felt it if she wasn't dead, and like Obi-Wan. So I understand why Obi-Wan didn't kill Darth Vader, and that makes complete and perfect sense. But why Darth Vader didn't kill her after he knew she had fucked up repeatedly. So I thought that was really out of character for Darth Vader, which was just a complaint that I forgot about. So again, like they just removed all the stakes. They just took out things that, were characteristic. How about when he stabbed her, then abandoned her, and she pops up in the next scene? Okay, yeah, right. That's that Batman Begins crawl out of a hole shit. Like, so no back to tank, no nothing. You just get up and go, and you beat it. You get to Tatooine and track down Owen and stuff before anything else happens. And what was her motive? Can you explain that, Brad? Do you have an idea? What was her motive of jumping off to go to Tatooine and fuck with Luke anyway? What was she trying to do? Who was she
just
trying
to hurt Vader somehow, somehow get her vengeance on him by hurting the kid he doesn't even know?
Right. So that's exactly. So if she saw the hologram recording, then it's clear that Vader doesn't even fucking know about Luke. So what is the point? And she already resolved her stuff with Obi-Wan. So she made peace with him, I guess, that she was going to get revenge on Obi-Wan through Luke. So that was my other thing, is like, what the fuck was her motive in the first place? And then without motive, she just had a guilty conscience because she made him fall and hit his head. And then she has a flashback. And I'm like, bitch, you ain't hard. And that, to me, that took away from her entire character in the first place. I already thought she was too basic. I already thought she was so plain. And she's supposed to be so hard. And you're supposed to be so down. And you stabbed the fucking Inquisitor #1 and all of that shit. But you punked the fuck out when it comes down to it. So to me, that was the same thing as like Vader not killing her in the first place or making sure that she was dead. Like, come on now. I already didn't believe in you, and you're just, so again, no stakes. You're not making it believable.
It's like, okay, so she's going to be still alive so she could be in the next scene.
Yeah, exactly. So thanks, Noah. Thanks for bringing that up. Because, yeah, you're right. Because just like, all right. And, and then when Obi-Wan got the message and ran down to Tatooine real quick, I said, because I was watching with some friends, I was like, man, I can't even get to Sandhills that fucking fast. He just immediately lands on a planet. I mean, granted, hyperspace, but fuck. Once you enter the atmosphere, I think there's some like descent time or something. I mean, goddamn, it ain't a fucking telepod. And why did they have to take the design from Star Trek? The ship that Obi-Wan was roaming around in was totally a Star Trek ship. And Star Trek called and said they wanted that design back. It did not belong in that show at all. Why was that a Star Trek transport ship? Why?
Yeah, you would think you would have had like maybe a decommissioned X-wing or something.
Right. And cause did you get that though? Did you notice that or think that that was like very out of a place for a Star Wars vehicle?
I did it until you said something, but it's like now that I'm thinking about it, it's like, yeah, yeah, that's totally accurate.
Yeah, and it was almost like too like parallel, almost too prequelish. So yeah, it was like I don't know. Anyway, so those are all of the things that I can think of that I didn't like about it. But overall, it's okay. I'm having to work on picking the things apart outside of old girl. Um, and yeah, I really would like to have seen more of the Inquisitors. Now, what I think that they could really do is if they didn't do a season two, just to like do more of the same old thing. Um, if they did a season two, it would be interesting to do Vader. So Obi-Wan season two would be Vader, and that would be their story, or Vader's story, or where he would from his perspective, maybe even a story right after or right before, but just something that would in some ways, in some cool ways, tie into Obi-Wan, or the Inquisitor's perspective, the
Yeah,
Inquisitor
backlash
story.
from her like disrupting that chain of command, and now like that position came up and she moved up, but then she was a traitor, so now there's like upheaval, like they're always like backstabbing each other, like Game of Thrones esque almost, but with the Inquisitors.
Yeah, so that would have been cool. And when they were searching for Obi-Wan and in between and maybe just before, So I think they could do a couple spin-offs and have them be, the next season, but the next season is basically the same story, but, from the perspective of the other characters that you didn't see enough of or what have you, what have you. So I think that would be smart on the levels of production as well as because you could recycle so much scenery and you could recycle so many of the same props actors there's a lot of things in the engine that you can just reuse if you're just doing the same story from a different perspective, which is essentially an entirely different story, but you get to put it in that same universe in the same context of something that the fans have already watched. So to me, that makes it more interesting. It makes it more invested because you know more of what's going on, and you're like, um, you know, you're really into getting that other perspective, as well as the things that they would introduce along the way. So enough of that. Um, so yeah, but that's not what they're gonna do because that makes sense, of course.
All right. Their next spinoff is going to be like fucking an uncle on the moisture farm or some shit like that.
What is like Andor? Like what the fuck is that show? I'm not even interested in that. I don't know what Andor like. That just seems like like someone sat in a think tank and said, you know what we really need in a Star Wars show is more politics. We need to really do an entire episode or not episode, but an entire show based on more politics of Star Wars. Is what it looks like to me.
I mean, there's potential, like kind of like how we were talking with the Inquisitors, but it's less interesting to me with the politics on the good guy's side. Like, if you're going to do a show about politics in the Star Wars universe, I want to see how the Empire works and, like, their machinations of trying to keep everybody in check, both on their side and the side that they're trying to overcome. And, like, you have more room for, like, backstabbing and intrigue. Whereas if it's the side of the good guys, it's like, well, you're the good guys. If you're going to have all this, like, political upheaval, why are you going to have me liking you? Like, how am I going to like good guys who act like shit? If the bad guys acting like shit, well, like, I'm expecting that. And, like, that could lead to more action and intrigue.
Yeah, so again, we're taking away stakes because you got to have stakes, to be invested. So, I mean, I don't really even know, and I feel bad for maybe for being less of a nerd, part of getting old. I don't know, but I don't know why I don't know about it and I don't care about it. And so it just seems like unnecessary. But at some point, well, maybe like with Mandalorian, maybe that's because you can introduce some stakes because you're not dealing with canon characters, so anything goes. So you don't know who's gonna die and you don't know what's gonna happen. So and that's Takia Waititi, to whatever the fucking director that's supposed to be doing the next Star Wars movie. He says that his Star Wars movie won't have anything to do with anything that we know. And I guess that's kind of a smart move if you put it in the same aesthetic, but you got to make it relatable. I guess that's the catch. You have to make it relatable to make it a Star Wars movie. But if it is all new characters and an all new setting and all new story, that's not a that's a good idea, I suppose.
But you don't want it to be so relatable that it just feels like Earth.
Well, yeah, I
Like,
meant I meant relatable in the context of Star Wars. I meant relatable in the Star Wars universe. Like we've got to be able to recognize environments and ships or aesthetics. We've got to know, be able to define things in that universe to make it Star Wars, to make it good. You've got to have some TIE fighters or something that some AT-ATs or architecture that we recognize, and lightsabers and that Star Wars Visions animated things. Most of those were pretty good. So I guess if you look at it from that kind of perspective, I mean, it's still Star Wars. It's still, you knew what things were, and so that was, yeah, I guess so. It could be done. You just got to do it right. And then Noah says we need Admiral Thrawn. Yeah, that's definitely coming. Isn't Admiral Thrawn gonna show up in like the what's her face? Oshaka Okasha. What's her name? Rosario Dawson.
yeah, I've heard rumors. I don't know that anything's been confirmed, but I have heard rumors.
Mm. Well, and then they threw Cad Bane into Boba Fett too. That was
which,
just
which I liked.
yeah. So that was just
I felt like Boba Fett was kind of almost neutered in his show a little bit.
yeah, for sure. And I kind of wish that's what I meant. Like in Obi-Wan, I would like to have seen someone else thrown in to be like a real. Because I'm not very familiar with Cad Bane. I don't even know about that character really at all. But I still had some feels when he showed up because I knew he was an important, beyond cameo kind of thing. And I didn't know him, but I knew he was an important character. And I was like, oh shit, there's somebody. So I just
And I
wanted
feel
that.
like they did a good job with him in that, like, I didn't know who he was really either, but it's like I still got the feeling, oh, this is a very menacing and imposing, powerful, important figure without any context.
Right. Yeah. Well, I got that about the Inquisitors too.
I would have
So
liked more context with them, I think. I think that's just maybe just my, like, I would have liked to know more.
yeah, because I don't really know anything about the Inquisitors much myself. So I really know just more original Star Wars and all kind of backstory and trivia with the original films. And I've seen all of them, but that's where my expertise would be, but not so
Now, I
much with
did
the
think the
games or other media.
lightsabers she and them had were really cool.
Oh hell yeah, the lightsabers were dope as shit. And those were from the animated series. I understand the Inquisitors had those same lightsabers in the Clone War stuff or some one of the animated series. So, but yeah, the lightsabers were really cool. And
It
yeah,
was also cool Vader snatching it and like taking it apart. It's like, is that supposed to be something?
yeah. And then gave it to her and took it back, and yeah, that was really cool. So, well, this is exactly why we just need to have a whole separate nerd show. And
Yes.
with that, I will bid you a good night. And thanks a lot for calling in.
Yeah, I apparently have the prize number saved under both numbers somehow.
Mm. Well, now you
So I
have
was
my
trying to
number.
call, yeah, I was trying to call. Well, no, I ended up calling Facebook because, like, apparently I put in numbers wrong when I called it. Called
Uh,
some poor lady's number.
oh, well. All right. Well, I'll message it to you later.
All right,
So,
I'll make sure I save it right this time.
all right. Well, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.
Of course.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Well, whoever continued to listen, I hope it wasn't so bad. Thanks for chiming in, Noah. And I hope everyone else's opinions were similar, or that you found some interest or entertainment out of all of this. I, for one, am ready to fucking go. So, if I don't see you before Thursday in human form, I will see you next Thursday here, maybe, hopefully. And, yeah, bye.